Yellow.
Yellow.
We're back.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. At a new hour.
3 p.m. We're so busy.
So busy. Today was actually very busy.
That we had to move the time up. Thanks for accommodating.
I mean, I had no choice. You put it on my calendar.
It means a lot. So you're a Kiwi.
Yeah.
You're like the star of our YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. Big star.
Oh, big deal.
So what did you read this week?
Well, a lot of things.
Really?
Except for that one. Should we start with Saga? So Saga's been back, this is like, the third or fourth episode, and since its hiatus. Mm. And
I heard you, gasp.
I did
while
gasp.
You were talking about
I did, because there's a character in here that is no longer with us.
Rest in peace.
I mean, pieces, actually, now, because it's even more messed up than I thought. But so the Will is caught, and he's basically being tortured, not so physically, but more mentally, by this other assassin killer. Mm-hmm. And she puts electrodes, in his mind, and just looks back on his past and is making fun of him for, weird stuff that happened to him when he was a kid, and, is trying to find all the people that he loves or cares about, and she wants to kill them all because apparently several episodes or issues back, he murdered the love of her life.
Ooh.
So
is that the Will? Is the Will the bald
the
guy?
He was the one that was super
sexy.
ripped, and now he's fat.
Oh, I'm so behind. I don't even know.
He's
that was
upset and a lot of stuff. The love of his life died.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's
so,
love.
Saga. That's what are we gonna do? We go issue by issue, and that's all we can do.
That's like a metaphor for life. Issue
by issue,
day by day.
Take it day by day.
Speaking of day by day,
unfold that bad boy.
I can't even look at this. Can you unfold the other side? Is there still more?
No.
That's it? Look at this. It's gargantuan. Legacy.
Yeah, it is nice.
Marvel's back.
It's back in business.
It's back. Cap's back. This is the big...
Well, Cap really isn't back, really.
He's back. He's back now.
Kinda.
This is the one that's Marvel fans... We're getting back to basics, and we're going to start over, sort of. But, it's just kind of a huge issue that tells you where every other Marvel comic is going to be starting off. So you get kind of the creative teams doing, a little 6-issue kind of, mini-story.
Yeah. To
show you kind of where they're at. And Esad Ribic draws this wacky precursor where, the Mjolnir... Mjolnir hammer is in 1 million years ago, and there's this old-timey Avengers. I don't know. But I actually really like the issue because it sets up the Marvel Universe in a really pretty accessible way, I thought.
Yeah.
And
I liked it too.
It's got one of the biggest returns of all time.
It was shocking. I fell on the ground. And then I cried. I was like, yes. Yeah.
Listen, it's amazing.
It really is.
I feel like I talked about this return a couple years ago.
You predicted it?
I might have predicted it a couple, last year. Has it been a year? Yeah, it's been a year. I predicted it.
Don't give it away. You're giving away too much.
I predicted it.
He didn't.
So what do you think of, what do you think about Cap's story? He was in that little diner.
Yeah, he's probably just...
He's traversing...
I think he's taking it easy.
He's going to be walking through the countryside.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
Yeah, me too. Read it.
What else you got?
Well, I have something for adults and children alike.
I love it already.
Yep. DuckTales #1. And if any of you are like me, you watched this when you were a child. Do you remember the beginning? I
thought you were going to ask me if I remember being a child. 30 years ago. No, I don't remember being a child.
65 years ago?
If you want to guess how old I am, leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
To see how old I am, please.
I would love to know what you guys think. So this is great because I guess I could consider myself an adult, a child adult. So I enjoyed this because it reminded me of back when I used to watch the show when I was a kid, and it's set up like the series kind of were. So it starts out, there's 2 like little stories per episode or per issue, and it's cute. It follows like the same sort of dynamic that you're used to, where, you know, the boys are getting into trouble, Donald's trying to stop them, but everything works out in the end to his advantage. So it's good, it's cute.
Scrooge in it?
This is Donald Duck.
What am I thinking of?
Uncle Donald.
Scrooge. What about Uncle Scrooge?
He's not in this, no.
Sounds like an oversight.
Uh...
Isn't Uncle Scrooge the one that, like, dove into the gold coins? Right? Am I right? Does anyone know about DuckTales? Am I crazy?
Does he make an appearance in that?
I don't know. I thought the whole thing of DuckTales was him swimming into the...
I do think that there is an Uncle Scrooge book coming out.
Oh, okay.
See? Look at The Life of Scrooge McDuck.
There he is.
Yeah, there's an Uncle Scrooge book coming out.
Problem solved. Mark, have you checked out Cartoons Magazine that's available on comiXology? I have not.
No, I haven't either. You should check that out.
Pablo says I'm 30-something. I'm barely... Eric says you're barely 20.
I mean, true.
That probably made your day right there, did it? Okay.
Oh, yeah. DuckTales.
All right. Fujitsu. Look at this cover. I never heard of this book. I saw the cover, and I'm like, you know what?
Give it a shot. Why not?
Let's do it.
Love that.
So it starts out, it's pretty crazy. It starts out with this one guy who's in kind of like a cryostasis chamber. He's 100 years old, but he's like a little kid. We don't know how that's possible yet, but he's like a master of kung fu. So he gets out of this cryo chamber after being in there for 3 years. Can you imagine being in like a cryo chamber for like 3 years?
I can't even imagine being in for one day.
So he gets out, and the first thing he eats is a cheeseburger. And I actually was like, his bowels must be like
full.
A dam opening up after he eats a cheeseburger for the first time in 3 years.
Like, that's your first
That's
meal.
That's my first thought about his first meal. Like, he was probably on a turlet for like
I would probably
30
ask for
minutes.
like a glass of water and a peanut.
Swimming in a vault of coins is where it's at, Ian says.
Yeah, it is.
That's
my dream.
This is like a very wacky comedy sci-fi book where this is the little kid who's mastered the art of kung fu, and there's a villain who, at the other end of the spectrum,
Nazis.
there are Nazis involved. He finds this atomic katana that he's built, and he tells the story about how the katana was built and how bad luck has befallen anyone who's held it. Hitler had it. JFK had it. And the atomic katana was forged by the zombie blacksmiths. So you get kind of the idea of like...
really cool.
It's a really funny, crazy science fiction kung fu book. And also the main character, Fujitsu, battles James Dean, who is a hitman.
No way.
That's real. That's a real sentence I just said. But very fun. Fujitsu. What else you got?
So, Diablo House is back for its monthly issue, and it's really good. If you guys aren't familiar, this is sort of like Tales from the Crypt type of book. So every month, hopefully this goes on for a long time, but we're introduced to like a new Diablo House tale. So this month, our favorite surfer dude, Vincent Price kind of guy, introduces us to this story about this young guy who was trying to get, with the ladies, and he was unsuccessful, so he takes a little visit to the Diablo House.
Really?
His sister's like, you suck at getting the ladies, you should go to the Diablo House. So, signs a deal with the devil, and he gets pretty much everything he thinks that he wanted.
Ladies and money?
Ladies, money. And then at the end, things kind of fall apart for him, and he's stuck in eternity damnation.
Oh, God. I liked the very first issue. I think one of the reasons we talked about it, I can't remember if that was you were on that episode too, but the whole issue is like the story. It's not like a 5-minute story about this guy and then they change and then they change.
Right, no, it's the whole thing. Is it going to be like a different
oh my god.
Scary story?
Is that guy naked?
He is naked. We won't show you that.
Nude.
But the art is fantastic.
Yeah, I like that.
In these books. It's so nice.
Does that take place in the 80s? That guy's hair is very 80s.
It seems 70s to me.
Oh, okay. But he looks like a lame-o. Is that the guy?
That's the guy that this is about, yeah. So, check it out, guys. It's really good.
Diablo House.
Diablo House #2.
So was it better than It? You saw It. I didn't. You're like the biggest baby when it comes to horror movies. So I'm shocked
do not like horror movies at all.
How did that happen? How did you get roped into that?
Our good friend and coworker, Maria.
She's
a big horror fan.
You haven't even seen.
I literally do not watch horror movies.
So what were you doing?
The Sixth Sense was horrifying to me.
He's 30 years old. What were you like in the theater? You must have been
I was
grabbing onto her arm.
Watching out of this way.
Did you like it?
I actually really enjoyed it. So they did a great job of really laying the humor on heavy. So I actually laughed a lot. Right.
Probably
so
nervous
it was
laugh.
laugh.
Ha 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 ha.
It was laugh, and oh my god, I can't believe that happened. But yeah, the one thing for me that was missing was a little backstory on Pennywise, because I like to feel for the bad guy and know why he's doing what he's doing.
He's just pure evil. Isn't that his thing?
I don't know. I didn't see the original It from back in the day. I don't watch these things.
I know. I feel like I should be shocked, but I know you haven't seen any horror movie ever.
Right. Exorcist, I watched at a very young age. I think that ruined a lot for me. Would that be horror? Even it's not even
no, it's
bloody.
Drama now. It's not even considered a horror movie.
It's
So are you going to see the second one? Because it's part 1, right?
Yes. At the end, they were part 1 or chapter 1 or something like that. Yeah.
I can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
You haven't even seen it. You enjoy those
I
want
to see it. I love watching horror movies. I've seen everything.
Yeah.
Seen it all.
I don't watch those Saw. I hate anything with
Human Centipede.
Bleh.
Do you even know the plot of Human Centipede?
I don't even know. I can guess.
Don't Google that. Do not Google image search Human Centipede.
Want to do that.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. You ever read this book? Luna and Biggest Red T-Rex.
I love dinosaurs. I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was a kid.
Get out of here.
I swear to God.
What happened?
Well, I became a designer instead.
Luna is the smartest girl in the Marvel Universe, and she has befriended this big Tyrannosaurus Rex, and they get it on adventures. That's pretty much all you need to know. And she's super intelligent, and you get to the point of this series where she has to say goodbye.
To the dino?
Yeah. It's very sad.
Would you say this is also a children's-ish book, or no?
I would say all ages, for sure.
That's good. We have a couple all-age kind of books this week.
Yeah. Big Red, they travel back to his original timeline, and she kind of realizes it's best for him to go back, and they separate. Very sad.
That's her best friend.
They're besties.
Oh.
So will she say goodbye to Big Red forever? You gotta read to find out.
This happens in this issue? That's really sad. It's like a Clifford type of situation.
I love Clifford.
Me too.
I wanted a big stuffed Clifford.
A real one. A real size one.
Yeah, full size.
Yeah, obviously.
What else we got?
Well, Crosswind.
That's your book.
I have many books, but yes.
Whoa. That looks like she's sucking the blood out of his face.
So Crosswind is back also. So this is that book about hitman housewives switch bodies, and they're really struggling with taking over the other person's functions. So in this book, they're trying more than ever to just sort of become the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So the hitman's making dinner for their family, but also trying to keep. I don't even know if to say his or her, because it's really a him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, the husband's cheating on the woman, and she's trying to lay down the law because Son of a gun.
Dang it.
Again.
Dang it.
And then the poor woman as the hitman is just like, what the hell is happening? I cannot just be murdering people. Why is this?
I mean, she could.
She should. I mean, why not? But at the end, she sort of embraces it fully, and she's just laying there with, like, 2 guns. And she's just like, yeah, dog. Like, I'm a hitman now.
Does she say, yeah, dog?
No, I wish she did, though. But she gets kissed by a woman, and she doesn't know what to do. Because she feels like they can't have relations.
Right.
Because, you know.
Because she's body swapped.
Right. Because that's not she, yeah.
She's crossed winds.
She crosswind.
Crosswind.
Wind.
Boy, what do I want to talk about now? Let's get into some DC, huh?
I think so.
Murder Machine.
The
Batman.
lenticular covered.
Actually, it's not even... Oh, wait, this isn't lenticular. It's just like a hologram.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
I'm an idiot. I'm not sure if you're aware, but a lot of stuff is happening in Batman Dark Metal, where there's like this dark universe where different versions of Batman are evil, and they've come to our world. And this one talks about this Murder Machine Batman. So this is like the cyborg Batman, and in the other universe, it's kind of similar to ours until like something really bad happens.
Scary.
That is it's like a horror book.
It kind of seems that way. It's sort of drawn that way.
Yeah. Alfred is killed by Bane in this other universe, and Batman is like really sad about it. So he creates this AI that is Alfred, and he's like, "Hey, Cyborg, bud, can you help me like set up this AI for Alfred so he can like live on as like a robot kind of dude?" And Cyborg's like, "Yeah, okay."
Anything for you, man.
It goes really bad, and Alfred takes over Batman and creates like this Batman Terminator that's like infused with Alfred's AI and Batman. It's really crazy. So that
so he's bad?
Yo, he's real bad.
Would we call him Badman?
I'm out of here. So he comes to our universe and he's after Cyborg, and they do battle, and it goes really poorly for Cyborg. If I could maybe show a few pages here. That happens.
That's not good.
Look at this guy.
That's the one that will haunt my dreams tonight.
It's like Hellraiser Batman.
Yeah, I don't love that.
So this isn't the official Dark Metal, like, number 3. This is, like, one of the sub-issues, like, the tie-ins. And I actually was pleasantly surprised. I like the backstory.
Pretty good in there.
Yeah, I like
that a lot.
I liked hearing, like, how this evil Batman came to be, and it worked out pretty well. I mean, not for Cyborg.
Not for everyone.
It worked out for some people. Am I going next again, or do you have any more?
I think I'm done.
I read like $30. Sorry.
Yeah.
Action
Yeah.
Comics.
Comax.
Action Comics. We got the lenticular one for here. You can see Jor-El, and then look at his wife real quick. Dead.
Whoa.
Jor-El alive with his wife. Dead.
Yeah, that happens fast.
There's the last Action Comics issue, the mystery person Oz. It's not really a spoiler because he's on the cover, but Oz was revealed to be Jor-El, Superman's dad. And it's like, you're from another multiverse, you're not my real dad, but the computer in the Fortress of Solitude is like, bro, that's your dad, it's real. So he tells the story of how he's still alive. And on Krypton, like, Krypton exploded, and he's, like, in embrace with, is it Lara, I think his mom's name is? They're, like, holding hands as the planet is evaporating, and, like, she evaporates in front of him, and he's about to, but something saves him and, like, freezes him and takes him away from Krypton.
Damn.
And he gets dropped on Earth, like, in a war-torn city, not in America. So he gets, like, nursed back to health. So he sees, like, these awful guerrilla army dudes, like, taking over this town. And so he sees, like, the evil on Earth. And it, like, warps him. It's, like, the opposite of Superman. He gets dropped into Kansas, so he sees the good in Earth, and he loves it. So Jor-El has been, like, waiting and says, Clark, like, Earth is actually really bad. And you need to leave now. So that's the plot of the story. I actually really like it. It's like a callback to 80s Superman. Like, the first page is like this big splash of Clark. You don't really see that anymore. And the last page is like this almost cover-esque. I won't show it here, but like this another splash page, and he says this kind of like crazy thing. I like it a lot. It's a callback to like old school Superman books. Get it.
Get the lenticular one.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Last thing I'll say, what time is it here? Last thing I'll say, Sisters of Sorrow, which I didn't know existed until last week. Hopefully Lou never mentioned it, and I don't look like a jerk for ignoring her. She's on assignment today, Lou. Sisters of Sorrow is about a group of women who run a nonprofit for battered women, and at night they dress as nuns and go after
Sexual predators.
Like domestic abusers who have escaped justice.
Well, not for long.
It's pretty good. I read the first issue. The third one just came out today. I liked it a lot. The first issue deals with one woman's husband who's a cop who rammed her car at like 90 miles an hour, so her child was in the car. They died, and he got off scot-free. And she eventually enacts her revenge finally at the end of the first issue, and it's crazy.
Blood. Lots of blood.
Right in his face.
Yeah.
It's good. So, Sisters of Sorrow from Boom. Check that out.
What else?
That's it. That's all I read. All 300 books that I read this week. New York Comic Con's next week.
It is.
Big week.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's next week.
It is next week.
It's in our hometown, right outside. You'll be there.
I will be there.
Lou will be there.
I feel like there's much to be done to prepare.
We haven't announced anything yet, so if I say something now, I might get a phone call from somebody telling me to knock it off.
Knock it off.
Knock it off.
Are you going to dress up this year? Do you ever? Have you ever?
No, I've never cosplayed. This year, my wife suggested that whatever she go as, I should cosplay as the sexy version of that.
Oh.
So she was going to go as, like, a regular nurse with, like, smocks, and I was going to be a sexy nurse. Just to flip the script.
That's a really great idea.
Yeah. What should I be as? Sexy. What should I go as? Like, what? Like, what should I dress as? I don't know. Like, I mean, I could do anything. There's, like, sexy versions of any
honestly,
literal
like,
job
if you
ever.
go to a costume store now, like, the only thing you can find are, like, sexy versions of...
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna need to wear, like, pantyhose.
I'm not sure the world is
slacks for pantyhose.
I don't think my calves could fit in pantyhose, literally.
They're stretchy.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know you don't have much experience.
No, I don't. I'll have to look. We'll go to the Halloween Adventure.
You have one of those by you?
There's like 30.
They really are.
Around everyone, there's some random...
in my town, they're like the old Barnes & Nobles that closed. It's like,
or Borders.
this time of year, they're like, oh, Halloween Adventure.
What are your... There's rumors you're going to cosplay.
Yeah.
You want to tell the world where you're going to be, or is that a secret?
I don't think it's a secret. I'm going to do Wonder Woman, but when she's on Themyscira. So it's not the normal one that's going to be hopefully all like around there.
Wow.
Want to be different,
Yeah.
Dare to be different.
Do you remember when we were at the Eisners and you wore that dress and someone remarked that you should have put like the sword back there? That was funny.
Yeah, that was really cool.
What a trip.
What a trip.
What a life. But we got to get back to work.
We do.
I guess.
Yep.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
And we'll see everyone next week or at New York Comic Con.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, bruh.
Bruh.
Bye.
Bye.